This one's sure to ruffle some feathers. Fantastic. Fantastic. Let's do it. So GameStop and AMC is not a movement. There is no movement going on here. You caught a hedge fund off guard in the beginning. Fantastic. Love to see it. Love to see a hedge fund or multiple hedge funds get caught off guard and short squeezed, and then they're scared to short squeeze other stocks. So that's what happened here. And that's great. Props to you. I got nothing against that. What I do have something against is when the Reddit crowd starts acting like this is an actual movement that could change the world. No, it's not. I hate to break it to you, but AMC has a market cap of roughly $20 billion. GameStop has a market cap of roughly $15 billion. So you have $20 billion and $15 billion. You got $35 billion on the combined market cap of these two specific meme stocks. Is that really something that could change the world? Newsflash. They just printed $3.5 trillion. You think $35 billion is going to be something that could actually affect the world? No. What it is now, in the beginning, you caught some people off guard, and that's awesome. Love to see it. Now you have a situation where the average investor is in this house of cards situation where there's people that have the foundation of the house of cards who got in very early. Then you got the middle of the house of cards right here. And then you got the top of the house of cards where people are buying right now. That's what I see going on with these meme stocks. And if the bottom decides to sell some, or even if the middle decides to sell, it's going to come tumbling down because these stocks are pretty ridiculously valued in my personal opinion. So the main thing I wanted to get across in this specific video is to warn people, really study what you consider as a movement, because $35 billion isn't going to change the world. Even if it went to $100 billion between the combined market cap of AMC and GameStop, you're not going to really be affecting the world. This is a world where they're printing trillions upon trillions upon trillions of dollars, and that's just what our government's printing. So basically, when you think about the entire global financial asset space of roughly $900 trillion, do you really think that because you bought AMC stock, you're changing the world? No. You're basically playing who is the greater fool by buying more and more and more on top of your friends. And if you have this big community that's all buying the same thing, you're basically just funneling all of your money together. And at some point, somebody is going to sell. And that's what you got to be worried about in this situation. So the reason I bring this up is I think it was in a Twitter space or something like that, where somebody brought up, oh, you with your, silver and your precious metals and your Bitcoin, that's not a real movement. A real movement is us over here at AMC and GameStop. That's us. We're the real movement here. It's like, do you know that precious metals and Bitcoin on the combined market cap is roughly 15 trillion with a T, not 15 billion combined with AMC 35 billion. It's a big difference there. But the real movement shouldn't be how do we combine our money together to try to, take money from each other, because at some point you got to sell if you ever want to realize that gain. And worse, what if the stock market crashes and you can't even get your money out? You're in a really rough predicament there. What our movement is, what the real movement is taking control of your money, being a reserve bank. Now that is a real movement. A real movement is when you have full control of your money. You have full control of the assets you hold, and that is real power. Being individually sovereign, being a reserve bank, that's a real movement. And if more people do that, if more people do put their money in precious metals or in Bitcoin or a collectible or whatever they're doing, real estate, whatever they're doing, they're taking money out of the system and they're putting it into their own hands. And when you do that, you get leverage. And then maybe these banks that feel so comfortable where they're sitting at, these banks that you feel you're getting a movement against with these meme stocks, you think you're hurting them. You're hurting one or two or a couple of them, whatever, few of them. We want to, in our space, we want to make them go, please give us your money back. We'll do anything. We'll give you a better interest rate. I know right now, we're high on the pedestal over here, Jamie Dimon and, us at Chase Bank, we're high on the pedestal and we don't feel like giving you any interest rate really, not even a penny on the dollar. That's how comfortable they are. We want them to come to us and say, hey, you took your money out of our system and we're kind of struggling now. How about we are more fair with you and we give you an interest rate to compensate for the inflation that we created ourselves? That sounds like more of a movement to me for the entire world, to actually take control of your money, to actually have leverage over the banking systems. That is a real movement. And so I hate to break it to you all with the meme stocks, and I hope you did well. But at some point, there's going to be people that sell. And no, it's not a real movement. If you got in and became a multimillionaire, you did really well on it, congratulations, fantastic. But that doesn't make it a real movement, and it's not. I really wanted to break it down on the basis of what is the actual amount of money here at stake. You're talking about combined at $35 billion. Just Bitcoin alone is almost $1 trillion. It's like mic drop. And then also with Bitcoin, you don't have to sell your stock through TD Ameritrade. Keep in mind that if you have AMC and you have, say you did really well and you have $1 million worth of AMC, right? Well, in a situation, if the stock market collapses or a solvency event where everybody is selling out, you have to sell your stock because you can't take stock and put it in a private wallet, in a cold storage like you can with Bitcoin, or put it like metals in your safe like we can with precious metals. You have to go to TD Ameritrade or Scottrade or E-Trade or whatever your platform is, sell it, and hopefully it's not in Robinhood, but a lot of them are on Robinhood because God forbid you pay $10 for a trade, right? You'd rather just give up your information to get a free trade, right? But if you take it out, if you want to take that money out, if there's a situation there, you have to go to them, have them sell the stock. You sell the stock, puts it into there. Then you go down this funnel thing. So then you got to get either ACH or a wire transfer or get a mailed check sent to you from that brokerage to your bank. Then you have to go to your bank and beg for the money out. So that's a lot of steps in the process there. A lot of places that bad things could happen in that process there. Do you really feel like you're in control? Do you really feel like you have a movement there? No. You're playing YOLO, and I hope you do well. I hope you do all right. So if you're in to make money, awesome, no problem. Where I do have a problem is when I heard somebody saying it's a movement. No, it is not a movement. What is a movement is being a reserve bank, and I hope more people do it. That's pretty much all I have to say about these meme stocks. That's not only AMC or GameStop. It's just not looking at price to earnings ratios and basically having your fellow citizen out there putting money in and more money in and telling them it's a movement, where in all actuality, it's just a digital number on a screen that's back to nothing. So if more people funnel their money into it, that's all it is. Their digital number on a screen that's not on a blockchain, that's not back to anything, not even the instrument that it's valued in is back to anything. That's not a movement. There's nothing about it that will change the world. It's just, how do I get rich before other people sell out on me and they get rich before I do? And at some point, that house of cards, that shuffling act, that musical chairs game, eventually there isn't going to be a chair to sit on. And I hope that there you go and you grab a chair before time runs out. That's how I feel about that situation. So it really got under my skin when I heard somebody say it was a movement. I've been spending, if you know, I haven't been making videos as much as I should be, and I apologize for that, but I've been working on some stuff. One of the things I've been working on is I'm launching a podcast channel, so stay tuned for that. Probably I'll put information on the new podcast that I'm dropping, and this is actual interviews. The first one I did, it's going to be a 2-hour interview. I actually have already done it, and it's going to get posted either tonight or tomorrow. So maybe go to my Instagram and I'll post some information on that there if you want to be informed on the podcast channel. But I have a lot going on behind the scenes, and so even though I've been gone for 2 weeks, trust me, I've been working. The other thing I've been doing is I've been in these Twitter spaces, which is basically like them coming after Clubhouse in a way. So I don't know if Clubhouse, they're probably pretty bummed about how great it's going over there with these Twitter spaces, but it's been fun, and I've been reaching out to a lot more people. I've been learning a lot, and I've been taking this time off to try to hone my skills. But while I was there, I heard somebody from this AMC crowd say, "We've got a movement. This is a movement." No, it's not. You got a shuffling act. And at some point, that house of cards is going to fall. That's how I feel about it. And I hope that more people... Now, if you do have your reserve bank situation dialed in, You got your collectibles. You got your precious metals. You got your Bitcoin. Not in any order. Whatever you prefer. You have some way. Hopefully you have a lot of Bitcoin and precious metals. But whatever you have, right? That's your reserve bank. That's something you have access to. That's something that there is no steps to get your capital. You actually have leverage over the system that controls the money. If you have that dialed in and say you have 80% there and you want to play around with 20%, not financial advice, everything on this channel isn't financial advice, so disclaimer, but then if you're just saying, I want to make money, I'm a trader, I think it's a good opportunity with this volatility here, awesome, props to you. I have no problem with that. What I do have a problem with is when they say it's a movement. And that's what I heard somebody say. That's what inspired this video. I think it'll probably ruffle some feathers, so should be fun. Thanks for everybody for being part of this channel and bearing with me if I took a little bit of time off here. I will be making a lot more content on this channel, including dropping a brand new podcast channel where I'm doing long form interviews. And I'm really looking forward to doing that. I'm trying to hone in my skills as an interviewer because I tend to talk a lot. And so it's hard for me to sit back and listen. But I will eventually get okay at that. Hopefully I get a little bit better. Thanks again for watching. Please do subscribe if you're not subscribed to the channel, and I will see you at the next video. Oh yeah, and don't forget to hit the thumbs up button if you feel like it. If you didn't like this video, probably if you're an AMC or GME crowd individual, you know, you're part of that movement, probably hit the down like. That's fine too. Thank you so much for being here. See you at the next video. Signing out.